In this video, we're going to talk about the NECA Ultimate Marty McFly from Back to the Future. Welcome to the Swearwolves Horror Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Brett. If you're a returning subscriber, I just want to thank you for coming back. If you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. Please consider clicking both that subscribe button as well as that notification bell below. We upload videos on a regular basis in which we review anything and everything horror, from action figures and toys to soundtracks, various collectibles, video games, you name it. But today, we're diverging a bit. Yes, we're diverging just a bit from horror, and we're going to talk about this NECA Ultimate Marty McFly from Back to the Future. I actually got this from fellow Swearwolf David for an early Christmas present. I had my eye on these for quite a while. However, I hadn't pulled the trigger and picked them up yet. But I knew, because Back to the Future, the whole series, but specifically Back to the Future, is one of my all-time favorite movies. And I knew that I wanted these eventually. So very thankful that he got these for me for Christmas. And so we're going to do a little review on it today. Cover, just got Marty right there looking at his watch, the DeLorean, typical Back to the Future artwork from the movie poster. We have this little Back to the Future 35 years ago this movie came out. Side, Ultimate Marty McFly, got the back of the DeLorean there with the license plate, out of time. And then of course the back, where we have some pictures of the figure in his various poses with his different accessories. We also have what other figures are available here. We got Marty McFly 1985, Marty McFly Tales from Space, Marty McFly 2015, and then Biff Tannen 1955. We'll talk about a couple of these figures in another review, actually. But in this review, we're just going to focus on this Ultimate Marty McFly. And on the back, we see it says, Marty McFly and Doc Brown experience the adventure of a lifetime in an unlikely time machine as they travel to the past, present, and future, setting off a time-shattering chain reaction that disrupts the time-space continuum. We also get what's included here. Includes skateboard, guitar, camcorder, backpack, and interchangeable head and hands. Like with all the NECA Ultimate figures, got a flap that opens up to reveal the figure right here. There's Marty and all of his accessories. And then, of course, a nice little photo of him posed right there. So why don't we go ahead, open up this figure, and give it a review. All right, I got the figure open, and before we get to the figure itself, let's go ahead and talk about these accessories. First and foremost, let's talk about these additional hands we got here. So we got 3 additional hands. The first one, Marty, hand holding the pick. So we got a right hand here that's holding the pick. Pretty good detail on the hand there. The pick, it's just a metal, very small metal triangle. Another alternate right hand right here, just for, I'm assuming, holding the camcorder. Good detail. I always like the detail that they put in the hands. It's one thing that I look at first on all these figures. And then finally, we have an alternate left hand, which is gripping something as well. So it could either be the backpack or the guitar, possibly to hold the neck of the guitar, probably, actually, now that I think about it. So starting from my right here, let's go ahead and look at everything. So we talked about the camcorder. So here we go. We have the camcorder right there. Very classic. My family actually had a camcorder that looked very similar to this back in the 80s. So I'm very familiar with this. But there's where you would load the tape. And so all the detail on that with the handle, and then the little shotgun microphone, the lens, and the viewfinder, the handle at the top. The backpack is next. I do like this backpack. It looks just like your typical, high school kid backpack, but good detail, good folds right here to give it some sort of body. This is all just hard plastic. This is a soft rubber right here, so you can put it over the shoulder of the figure. But the rest of this is hard plastic, and it looks like it has, some, life to it. if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but, and you can even see the zippers right here and the zipper right there. Just the paint job is really good. And then the back side of the backpack right there. Next up, of course, you got Marty with his guitar at the beginning of the movie. This little small guitar that he has. And the strap, again, is this soft rubber. So it can fit around the shoulders of the figure. Pretty good detail on the guitar from the head of the guitar with the different, tuning things. I don't know anything about guitars, so that's not anything that I know. But I know you tune a guitar using those little knobs. And then the frets and everything, the strings. It's just all painted on there, but done in such a good job with some tiny detail, which just adds to it. There's, of course, the plug to plug it into the amp and blow yourself away. And then finally, for accessories wise, well, besides the head, is this skateboard Marty McFly rides at the beginning. Got some stickers on the bottom and these wheels that turn. Grip tape right here. More stickers, but it's kind of like a tech deck, if you're familiar with those. That's what it reminds me of. And then, yes, we do have an alternate head, one with Marty sporting the sunglasses. So we'll show that. The hair on the backside. And then that's where you'd stick it into the figure. Pretty good likeness of Michael J. Fox, actually. Here's the figure now. Take it off the stand, and we'll look at the figure a little bit more closely. But you can see the likeness right there. Before we get to the details of the figure, let's talk about the articulation. I mean, this is a NECA Ultimate, so the articulation is going to be the same that we get on most everyone. The head turns on a ball, up, down, side to side, and back and forth. Although he is limited with his movement because of the hard molded rubber that is the vest, kind of limiting him, moving his head all the way up. Shoulders, got a ball joint there, moves it out to the side and then back and forth. We have two joints right here at the elbow, which gives you a little bit better of a bend. So you can have him playing that guitar, of course, like we'd want him to do, potentially. And then there's movement in the wrist, and then the forearm also moves as well. Swivels at the waist, just a bit. Just a bit of a swivel at the waist. Oh, this is interesting. We'll get to that in a second. But he does bend at the waist. Then we have these joints in his hips and his knees, and then finally his feet. Well, you can turn them in and out at the knee, but his feet go up and down like that. The thing that I said was interesting was this is a soft rubber shirt right here, and I can feel like it's not molded onto the figure. It's put on there after the fact. So you can feel like where he bends right there, and you can see kind of the fold that the shirt gives right there. So that is an interesting thing. I haven't noticed that on any other of the NECA figures that I have. Of course, I have mostly like horror NECA figures, and I don't know if any of them have shirts on them. And of course, Marty is wearing his shirt. He's got a shirt on underneath there as well. His button-up shirt and his suspenders. And then his jeans jacket. And then he's got his vest on over the top of that. Good detail in through the sleeves of the jean jacket and the rolled up cuffs right there. Both sides. Of course, he's wearing his watch. He's just got some jeans on, and then he's got his tennis shoes on. The backside, just the detail in the vest here. Really good job of like weathering it, and the paint is really good. Just to give it the highlights and the lowlights. Just awesomely done as far as the clothes are concerned. Again, the likeness, I think they really captured Michael J. Fox. I mean, the profile, Michael J. Fox has a very distinguishable, nose. And you can see right there in the profile that it does look like him. I would say if there was one place that maybe didn't quite look like him, it would be the eyes. But other than that, I mean, it looks good. And even the eyes, they look just fine. Don't know exactly how I'm going to pose him. I might go with the video camera. The DeLorean just went back in time and he's standing at the Twin Pines Mall parking lot watching it and holding that video camera. So that might be what I do. But we'll see. Let me mess around with it for a little while and we'll see what we come up with. All right, I got the figure posed how I want him to be, and like I said, just kind of giving him that the camcorder pose and a surprised look on his face, like, Doc, you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
I really like this, especially when they release the Doc Brown Ultimate figure. I think that will look good together. You can have them standing next to one another. So I really think this is a good figure. I would highly recommend everybody pick this up. This gets 5 Pamela Voorhees heads out of 5 Pamela Voorhees heads from me. But I do want to know your opinions. Do you have this figure? Do you like the movie? Go ahead and comment down below. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed and you feel so inclined, click both that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. We are the Swearwolves Horror Podcast, and we do a weekly show in which we review horror movies, so please check us out by searching for The Swearwolves wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Or you can also visit our website at theswearwolves.com. So, for The Swearwolves, I'm Brett. Hi, this is Brett with the Swearwolves. When I'm not editing videos or creating content for YouTube, I just sit here and wait. And wait. If you like the video that you just saw, go ahead and click that button right there. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that other button right there. I'll wait.